it is I, Super Octet 33, bringing you my mod spotlight on Redpower. You may remember hearing me saying in a previous recording that it's broken. Well, it's been fixed. These are the two blocks that I can think of off the top of my head and find in NEI that generate naturally. Ruby ore and rubber trees. There are also rubber tree leaves, which I just thought of. I'll have to go to a jungle to find one, and this is no jungle, obviously. This is ruby ore. There's also green sapphire ore and regular sapphire ore. If you've heard of emeralds before in Redpower, well, vanilla emeralds and Redpower emeralds aren't the same thing. Instead, emeralds have been replaced with green sapphires due to an item with the same name being implemented into vanilla. This is part 1 of this spotlight. First, microblocks. You can create slabs. With those slabs, create panels. Those panels create covers. This is an anti-cover. It's a block minus a cover. You can also create strips and turn those strips into pillars. You can also glue them back together. Another important thing is you can smell smooth stone. What do you get from it? Oh, you'll see in a second. These are green sapphires, these are sapphires, and these are rubies. You get these stone wafers. But why bother? You'll see. This is an alloy furnace. You can alloy stuff in it. But one of the most important things you'll ever use it for is what I am showing right now. Oh, better turn items on too. Give me a second to do 61 times 4. I used 3, so I should be missing 12. And I am. Good. Now, when you smelt iron in an alloy furnace with redstone, alloy furnaces are made like a furnace, but with bricks. You get red alloy ingots. Okay, but who cares about these? Well, you probably would if you heard how useful they were. You can create wires with them. And these wires are not vanilla wires. They work completely differently. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention this. If you see this, bug alert. This is the only ore that you can. This ore, you can find the ore that yields these, but not these or these. With these, I don't know if they're in the game. They probably are, but as in the ore. But if the ore isn't, might want to fix that. Anyway, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Now, back to the spotlight. You'll need a whole lot of stone wafers. You create wires, anodes, cathodes, pointers, red wires. Basically, You need silicon chips, bundles, lots of things. And they haven't even gotten into the logic gates yet. There are 30 things you can craft that require these directly. Now, wonder how you make these silicon chips. Excuse me, but this stuff needs to get pulled. Put in some sand and right. You need 8 to 8. By the way, hand saws can. This is how you make hand saws. These are where you put the material. Iron hand saws are very weak. You can create them out of emeralds. Not emeralds. Whoopsie daisies. I mean green sapphires, or rubies. Those are better. But the ones I'm using are diamond because this isn't. This is a spotlight, not a. I'm afraid my furnace glitched. Again, another bug. Other than these bugs, this mod's great. Now, these are silicon wafers. You can make chips out of them, but first you need to give them a coating of redstone. This process of giving them this redstone coating is known as doping the wafer. You get a red doped wafer, which can be combined with these to create silicon chips, along with other things. Except you need 3 of them, which I forgot. You can also create, this is how I create anodes, how I create wires. Cathodes are very simple. I just shift click them and get an infinite stack. Didn't feel like it. Redstone torch, place them like this, and voila, stone cathodes. You can also use these to make pointers. Pointers are a more advanced component. In order to create tainted chips, just put glowstone on these. Glowstone dust. I think it's glowstone. Now, take a glowstone, take your chip, and tainted chip. These are useful in randomizers. So, now, you can use these to create logic gates like timers and AND gates and randomizers and other stuff. Now onto lighting in Redpower. You need glass, means stone slabs, and this stuff called Lumar. Lumar is created with 2 of the dye, glowstone and redstone. In addition to being used for lighting, Lumar is important for. Wait a second. Red Lumar. Oh, whoops. Make sure you're not using an alley furnace. Whoopsie daisies. Use twice as much. Now, And what I'm doing, making these. Now, in order to make these lights, there are 3 types. And there are also inverted lights, as I really should demonstrate. So it turns out I was going to need those extra lumars, as it also need 3 of these. Now, place these here. 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Oh, right. I'm just forgetting stuff like crazy today. There's one type of lamp that uses these, one type that. Just give me a quick second and I add my redstone. Create a red cage lamp. Let me see about destroying this and just to clear up inventory. I cheated it in for the sake of this spotlight. Cage lamps, fixture lamps. Both activated by redstone signal. These can be used as an alarm system. But if you want but if you want but if you want a full block, but give me a second. Oh, panes. Durr. How could I forget? Use panes for everything. Whoopsie daisies. I'm out of panes. Yep, now let me get more. I get one of these. And now put in more slabs and the luma. Get the inverted fixture and the inverted cage. Now, standard lamps, like this one, are full block versions of the other 2. Look at that. Now, on to the inverted lamps. These are on without a redstone signal. As soon as I apply one, they turn off. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention, they can be placed on the sides, just like these. Most of the things in this mod can, in fact. Now, if you wanted to make it such that you could, what if you wanted to differentiate between different types? I think jacketed wires work like this. Oh, nope. I mean insulated. Jacketed wires are something completely different. So yeah, you. snaps the panels, covers, and one of the things you can do with covers is, aside from making them hollow, which means that they cover stuff that allow wires that are jacketed in whatever. These wires connect to stuff that responds to redstone signals. They connect to red alloy wire, and they connect to stuff that emits redstone signals. I'm about to demonstrate right now. If I plug it in, they all go on. Now, so you have your torch over here. It's completely impractical to run that over. Well, don't worry. Here you can run the wires themselves to it. Let's say you didn't have enough wires. But you had these, which I used up. Whoops daisies, misspelling. Oops, not showing up. A surprise. What a great issue. I don't need to put these in the center, I'm sure, but now let me create a set of hollowed covers to demonstrate the fact that these connect, that things can connect through a special type of cover known as the hollow cover, but not through non-hollow covers. See this? It's hooked up and active. Now, differentiating your signals into, say, an A signal and a B signal. Let's make the A signal white and the B signal red. So the white signal, red signal, and let's get a vanilla lamp. See how it's not linked? But of course I can use these to bridge it. Now, say you wanted to keep your signals separate, but you didn't have enough space to do so. Don't worry. Just do this with them, and then do this with them, and voila. I have a ton of clutter in my inventory now. And something to demonstrate with. Red signal's off, but white signal's on. Delete mode is on, so I have a lot of stuff. So I can really quickly clear my inventory out, which is good. Much better. What was I getting to? Oh, right. White lamp. Red lamp. Oh, click. Now. See about getting. Guess this would be best found in creative. Hello. This screen is still broken. By the way, in case you haven't noticed, that number on the bottom of the screen is there for a good reason. It tells me my FPS. If I see my game's lagging, I can look at it and see if I need to turn down the settings. Haven't had to do that. Maybe it's because my 8 gigs RAM, maybe my 1 terabyte hard disk. Probably not, though. The good thing about having a 1 terabyte hard disk is that you can record a whole bunch of vids without having to worry about issues. Now, see this? if this was red alloy, they'd both go on. Let's say you didn't want that to happen. If it was just one type, I'll put a hollow cover here so they don't connect. If it was red type, then white wouldn't connect. If it was white type, say you wanted red to be activatable, but say a button, that wouldn't work either. But you didn't have room for two separate streams. Then you'd use these. Or you could just use logic gates. Now I think I might want to end this video. So, it is I, Super Octet 33, signing off on my 4th video. Once I get to 10, I'll stop the counter. Maybe not.